Hello, I am Austin Herr with Bane-Welker Equipment, Precision Farming Specialist out of Lebanon, Indiana. Today we'll be going over how to set up quick tips and how to use the Harvest Command on a Pro 700. Alright, so here on the Pro 700 we have our cross section of the combine and we have our loss funnels. So we'll go ahead and turn on our automation. And when we do so, we have these indicators here and our sieve load to tell us that we're in automation. We have rotor loss, broken grain, tailings, material other than grain, and our sieve loss. As well as, like I said previous, our sieve load here on the right. We have our instant bushels per acre and bushels per hour. We have our rotor speed, our cage vanes, pre-sieve, upper sieve and lower sieve, and our fan speed. Here we also have our shortcut button to our automation, and we have our moisture. These can be configured to however you like. They don't have to be an automation shortcut or moisture. You can change those by going to the toolbox and layout, and here we have our shortcut and our moisture button. So we'll go into the setup. We have our crop type, our work condition, which you can change based upon what you're doing. So for here, we are just going to use auto default. We have our strategy, which is currently set to performance. We can also do best grain quality, max throughput, fixed throughput. Our target max ground speed and our target max engine load. And if at any point in time you have questions on, well, what do I set it at, we have nifty information dialog boxes to the left that can provide more information on how this function is used. If we go to the Advanced tab, we can have more settings for the automation to work with. For the initial settings, we have automatic or current setup. Current setup will take what the operator has preset and work from there. Automatic is going to start from scratch and use whatever the sensors are telling it to set the machine. The next thing that we can look at to adjust is adjustment frequency. We have low, medium, and high. I'd recommend using low if you have a consistent stand and consistent field conditions. It's going to take a little bit longer and it's going to compile more information from all the sensors on the combine to make an adjustment. Medium is like pretty well middle of the road. It's going to be a little bit more aggressive, but not as crazy as high. High is going to be making adjustments very, very frequently. It's going to be very active. So the automation is going to be working extra hard in this particular mode. But it just depends on what's out in the field and what you're harvesting to set these. I personally like setting them between low and medium just to give it a chance, get more information before it, jumps to a conclusion. So I like setting it between medium and low. Threshing conditions is going to be relative to how hard the machine's going to be working to clean the crop. So if we're still leaving a bunch of kernels on the cob behind the combine, we need to switch this to hard, and it's going to ramp up the engine and it's going to do a better job at trying to clean the grain. Easy is going to be the complete opposite of that. It's going to be trying to slow things down, save you some fuel. This is just going to depend all on field conditions and what you're seeing as you're going across the field. So we'll just set it to medium. Max rotor speed is just going to be user defined on your current application. And then sieve load, this is just referring to having this meter here showing how full your sieves are. And lastly here we have the reset automation. Do not be afraid to press this button. If the automation gets going and it's got no idea what's going on and you're like, I can set it better than this, don't be afraid to hit this button here and send it back to defaults. This is probably going to be used throughout the season. It is a helpful tool. Kind of just starts it back over and starts fresh. So don't be afraid to press reset automation. Next, we have your sensitivities. We can also adjust our sensitivities back here by tapping on each icon on your loss funnel. If you want to hit all of them, go to the sensitivities tab, and we have all of the sensitivities here in one spot. A good tip and trick that we have found is take your MOG and your sieve sensitivities and cut them in half. It seems like once we get going in a machine, in a new field, new machine, everything, the automation is going to try and pretty well cut these in half to begin with. So we'll just go ahead and wherever it starts out, go ahead and cut them in half. It seems like it's been a pretty good tried and true method, and it just kind of giving it more ammunition to get you a better result. So don't have to do that, but that's something we've found that seems to work out pretty well. Next, we have your headland offset, and what this feature does is as we come into our end rows, we're basically cleaning out the machine, less crop coming in until we get to the point where no crop's coming in. And what we can do is we can prevent it from just all blowing out the back. So it'll back down your fan speed and change your sieve so we can capture more of that crop instead of throwing it out the back. So pretty nifty feature on here, how we can set that and basically try and capture more of that crop. Your status icon will basically show that, hey, everything's here, we're ready to party. Nothing's acting up. So nice indication of just, hey, everything's online, we're ready to go. Our next tab here is our range tab. So we can set ranges in which the automation can operate. So if you want to basically tell the automation, hey, I don't want my lower sieve going any further than here, we can set that, and it will basically try and do the automation within that threshold that you've set. So it's a nice feature. Some guys use it, some guys don't. It's there, and if you like it, you can. Where we can turn on range configuration, same thing for turning it off. And like we have for the other thing, we can also reset ranges. So nice feature to use. Sometimes it makes the automation a little bit better just so it's not trying to hunt for a full range of where to set it. If you set it, sieves here to sieves here, it'll hunt in that range and get dialed in. So nice feature here is the range tab. And then lastly, just your info. It's going to show recommended settings for all different applications. So that concludes Harvest Command here today. Thanks for watching. If you guys have more questions or want more information on Harvest Command, please contact your local precision farming specialist.